afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for June 9th, 2020, Tuesday. What could we do if we knew emphatically, without a doubt, without a question, without fear, that we could literally create in reality in this very moment, in this now, anything we desired? Now think about that for a moment. You know, you almost have a kid in a candy store type situation for many. If they would discover this, to them it would be magical. They would be able to literally create in reality anything we desired. Now, why is it that that's not the case? Why does that happen with this civilization? I mean, could it be that we don't believe it? Or could it be that we just don't know it? That we haven't embraced it? And people say, well, if that was the case, then you'd get bored because you could have anything you wanted. And those are some of the things that are interjected that cause us to withdraw from that very knowing that we are omnipotently powerful, that we can bring anything into reality that we choose, manifest it, bring it into reality. But there's a lot of things that interfere. The things that interfere with all of us is the ego mind, the subconscious mind. It constantly plays interference. So it's like you're trying to throw a ball or kick a ball, and it's always being blocked, bouncing back. That's due to how we were trained, how all of us were educated in this life, and what to believe and what not to believe. Now, we all know that believing is the manifesting, creating into reality. Seeing is after the fact. Believing is the crucial element of creating into reality. It's believing. And not only is it believing, but it's moving yourself into complete knowing. No question whatsoever. We're not talking about ego mind, we're talking about confidence through the heart mind. So it is a natural. And if you said to people, you know, it's your natural state of being that you can create anything in reality, you can manifest anything you want. And they'd laugh and say, that's just silly. That's not possible. How can that be? If that was the case, everybody'd have everything they ever desire. That's very true. But after a while, how would you view that? It would be this normal. It would be just run-of-the-mill, because we would be creating what we desired to enjoy this life, to travel this life, to embrace this life. And we would not, people say, well, you get tired of it. Well, you'd never get tired of it. How could you get tired of it? You could continually create things that would keep you in learning and experiencing, because every single thing we create into reality is an experience. So we experience it, and we continue to experience and experience. Now imagine you knew this, emphatically so, that you would literally say, okay, so today I'm going to create this, this, and this. It'd be a natural state of being. And you would create it. You'd experience it. And you would continually do so. It could be an event. It doesn't always have to be material. It could just be an event, an action, a surrounding, just about anything. Can you imagine infinite possibilities? Infinite. That's where you really start getting excited. Infinite possibilities. Across the board for all of us, each and every one of us. Not to just be, to sit and contemplate and wonder. And how many times we do that and we blow it off. I'm so far away from that. Shoot. It was nice thinking about it, but I've got to get back to reality. And this is where we talked about the childlike energy and frequencies that we all carry. And bringing all of that together, but yet you have life experience. And so you start shifting gears. You start saying, you know what, I'm going to create this. And here's how you do it. You send it as your intent. So you send it out, okay? You send it to your God, your pure consciousness, which is connected, basically part of the universe. But you don't interfere with it. You send it. You don't have doubt. As soon as you have doubt, it's like a boomerang. It just comes right back. So you cannot have doubt, cannot have fear, and you cannot have impatience. Because all of those things will negate it every single time. So when you send the intent of what it is you desire to create into reality, then you just send it and you leave it alone. And you do it with love through the heart-mind. And as long as you don't interfere with it, after you send it, it will be. Okay? But it's so intricate because we think little negatives here and there. Okay? But when you're not paying attention, after you know, it's a knowing. And you don't really pay a lot of attention to it. You really don't. And it happens. You see, expectation and attachments is where you're expecting something to arrive, something that you want, okay? Something you're planning. And that type of thing gets us muddled. It gets us emotionally muddled. It gets the ego mind dictating to the heart mind. Then we get flustered. Then we get worried. Then we get fearful. It's automatic. None of us are exempt from it, and that's what happens to the majority of us. That's why it doesn't come into being. Now, have you ever experienced a thing, and I'm sure you have, where you thought of something, and you just left it alone? You didn't bother with it. You basically said, yeah, I would like that, and you left it alone. And it happened. And you were totally amazed and blown away how simple it came into your life. Without interference, without obstruction, it came right into your life. And then you turn around and you say, wow, I wish I could do that again. And a lot of the times you miss it because, again, the ego, the worry, the stress, fear, you send something intent and then you start muddling it with the ego mind, subconscious mind. And then that's that frustration and fear and irritation that comes in, and it stops it. Doesn't happen. And so that's why, and then we have the attitude that says, that doesn't work. I've tried that. Every time I try that, nothing really happens. But it's not true. Because the collective consciousness of this planet is shape-shifting everything. It's literally shifting everything on the planet. Reality of things. I bet you, if the people of the planet, and they were in sync, and if they were in kindness and gentleness and bliss, and generosity and humbleness, and they were in that knowing of themselves and who and what they were, and they knew that together, unified all of us together, literally, within a matter of minutes, transform this planet with a collective intent, a delivery of deep eternal love and gratitude, where we could just resurface the planet. We could increase the forest, the trees. We could totally clean the waters within a matter of minutes. Seriously. The skies, everything, pristine. You could walk up to any body of water and drink it, and it would be pure, sweet, and clean. You could breathe the air, and it would give you just a wonderful feeling. There would be no pollution, no chemicals, nothing. And do you think that's possible? Absolutely. If you can think, if you're even thinking about it, it means it's possible, because we have no limitations. It's just like the financial structure that we are leaving on this planet, and we are leaving it. Some still hold on to it because of fear of the unknown. But the fact of the matter is that the financial structure of this planet, the way it has been structured, is gone, and it is slowly slipping away. And so that the majority of the people don't know it. And the shift to the wealth of those who created the wealth. Think about that. The wealth goes to the people, and the people are the ones that created the wealth to begin with. And they're the ones who did not have the wealth forever. Think about that. And now it's shifting. It cannot not. And why? What is that all attributed to? Where is that coming from? Is it the media? Is it live streaming on the internet? Is it any? No. It's within us. It is the God, the pure consciousness. It's the collectiveness of all of us. This power is so massive and so unfathomable that it can literally shift universes. And this is what we're doing. Now, mind you, it doesn't mean that everybody is purely conscious of what they're doing, but it is the collective consciousness of the civilization, of the desire for this massive shift for humanity. That's the only thing that's doing it, guys. There's no external authority or hand in the sky that's moving everything for us. It is us. And as we continue to become more enlightened, and we continue to become more awakened, this will continue to intensify and continue to expand. We're so used to physically doing things. That's a good thing. Physical is good. It keeps our bodies in good functioning order. But imagine that you would say, I don't have to go out and do physical labor to build this home. You don't have to do it. Why would I do it? Why would I spend all that time and effort if I could do it this way? If I could just replicate it, or I could just think it. Okay? And that's what's coming. And how is that possible? It is how we are literally lifting our vibrational frequencies. Some very small, some unconsciously, some very consciously. But we're lifting our vibrational frequencies. Which is changing and shifting anything. Now the lower dark matter frequencies, the lower vibrational survival matter frequencies, when pressure is applied to frequencies, they become very agitated. When higher frequencies are introduced to low frequency, they become very agitated, very scuttled, and scurrying. This is what you're witnessing right now. And it will continue to intensify, because it is like if you use frequencies and you direct them, which are literally beams of energy, and you direct them in a certain way, you can alter the molecular structure of anything. Okay, so when you see all of this that is happening and it will intensify, you'll understand why. It is a time for celebration, not a time for fear. See, the celebration is that we are lifting the planet and civilization. Now, it doesn't really matter if the majority are unconscious, because of the fact that there are enough of us on the planet, not just our group, but other groups, all of us together, lifting the civilization. Okay? Now, they couldn't be lifted unless their higher self, their God, their pure consciousness, was literally in step with our gods. Okay? And this isn't against anybody's will. It's not forcing. It is a collective consciousness, which is everyone, everything, all together. Now, some of us seem like we're separated, or splintered, or off in different directions. But if you notice that it's becoming less and less, that your distraction is becoming less and less, that your focus is becoming more on you, it must be on you. The focus must be on you. No, nothing outside of you. It must be on you. To discover the love that you are, and the peace, and the joy, and the power, and the prosperity, and abundance, and the wealth, all of it. To discover this about yourself. That you are not a slave, that you do not need to be told what to do, when to do it. You do not need to be governed. You do not need to be fought for. You do not need to be led. And that's what the shifting is all about on this planet. And people, this is how we get so distracted. We get distracted to external authority, external happenings. What we see with our eyes, what we hear with our ears, what we smell, what we touch, feel. It's distracting, and it can distract us on a continual basis. It can, and none of us, no matter how well practiced we think we are, it can happen to any of us where we get bumped off track. Where you can feel it too. When you're receptive, you feel getting bumped off track. You feel yourself, oh, here we go, I'm going in this direction, going there. I'm starting to worry, stress, and fear here or there. But the wonderful thing about that is that you are conscious about it. You say, okay, so that's fine. I'll go back on track. Because I like being on track. And what all on track means is that you're only in the now, in the moment. We can save a lot of, slicing our fingers when we're chopping things, cutting ourselves, stubbing our toes, tripping, falling, if we were in the now. If we were only in that moment to moment and focused on it, all of those things would not happen. See? So we're so distracted about things. We're so influenced and have been for so long that our ability to act with ourselves, to be with ourselves, has been impaired. It's atrophied. But we still know, with the God within us, that we can exercise it to the point where we're in great shape with it. That we'll be able to move mountains if we decide. And I'm not talking figuratively, I'm talking literally. So when you embrace this, you can call it magic, but it isn't. It's you. It's your power. It's your abilities. They're unending. They don't have a term on them. They're infinity, endless. And the more we embrace who and what we are, that covers a broad spectrum. But when we embrace who and what we are, and we fall into that, we surrender, we stop fighting ourselves, we stop worrying, stressing, and fearing, we stop expecting, we stop attaching ourselves to materialism and to everything else, and we just let it go, we let it flow. By letting it go, you empower yourself to attract anything you desire. By letting go, see, we were taught, no, you've got to hold on to it. You've got to focus. Okay? instead of the knowing, the great knowing. The great knowing. That's when this civilization wakes up across the board. Each one in their own way. It'd be something that causes, it's a catalyst that causes everybody, the majority of the population, to just come awake, to become conscious. Now, we all know that Christ was bicameral, but he was one of the first that became conscious. He became aware that he was conscious. So when he did that, his motivation was to teach everybody, to lend to them the knowledge that they were conscious too. They could become conscious, and they could do what he did. Imagine how frustrating that was. You're a conscious being, and you awaken, and you're surrounded by unconscious beings, all bicameral. It's just, it was a real challenge. So, and when you begin to understand that, are we there? Are we there in this civilization? Are we there when Christ was there, when he walked? Is it similar? Yes, it is. It very much is. Okay? When you have a civilization that's conscious, but is unaware that it's conscious, it can become very frustrating. This is why a lot of you who try to convey to others because you feel compelled to help them, become so frustrated and irritated because they don't listen, they don't vibrate, they don't comprehend what you're trying to communicate to them. It goes right over them because they're bicameral. They're in bicameral mode. And so that's the frustration, but when you understand that, wait a minute, in order for me to affect change with everybody, I must be with me first. How can I affect change when I don't know me first? I must know myself in order to affect the change, because as I shift myself into higher consciousness, and that's what ascension is, by the way, we shift ourselves into higher and higher consciousness. We become more aware, more conscious as we ascend. So as you begin to work with yourself, you affect everyone. You affect everybody on the planet. Someone getting angry thinks that they're only when they get angry, they're just affecting the surrounding area, but that anger affects everything on the planet. What do you think creates low frequencies? What do you think creates them? We do. Who the heck do you think creates the demons? We do. Everything that you experience, that we all experience, good, bad, and indifferent, we create it. Okay? We create it. It's this huge shift for the civilization to begin to understand that. If you're in low vibrational frequency, and you mean harm to others, okay? You mean incarceration, enslavement, whatever, poverty, starvation. That's low vibrational frequency. When you're thinking that and you want that hoisted or released upon others, that's low vibrational frequency. War, conflict, low vibrational frequency. Hatred, anger, low vibrational frequency. So you can imagine that when you have a lot of bicameral people, and these leaders cause them to become flustered, irritated, distraught, fearful, that's low vibrational frequency. Period. And that creates more low vibrational frequency. It creates more. The more anger, the more frustration, the more guilt, the more fear, the more frustration, the more degrading of oneself, where you believe that you're not worthy, you're not deserving, you're not this, you're not that. Low vibrational frequency. And isn't it something that we begin to understand this, that when we project low vibrational frequency, and we've all done it, none of us are exempt from it, it is best for us to understand it, and say, okay, now, and the first thing that comes through our heart mind, are you sure you want to do this because you're going to affect everyone on the planet? Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to go into a fit of rage or anger or aggression or conflict? Are you sure you want to do that? Okay? Now, a lot of us we don't do that with ourselves. We just fall into it, and we create those low vibrational frequencies. Every single thing that occurs on this planet was created by all of us. Period. We affect all life, all existence, by the way we project our frequencies, our energies, and by us learning and knowing that we know that these things are low frequency. We know that it isn't even, why would we even go there with it? Okay? Why would we even go there with it? There's some people say, well, getting angry motivates you and you get a lot more things done. Well, guess what? When you travel the other direction in high frequency and you go with the flow, you get a lot done too. When another time we fight every inch of the way when we're getting things done because we really don't we're fighting ourselves. So we become magnificent beings as we are within. And we release all limitations. All of them. We have no limitations. The only limitations that each of us have are the ones we create for ourselves. That is an absolute fact. You can debate it with yourself all you want, but in the long run, you'll understand that it is true. The only limitations are those we create for ourselves. So, in this meditation, release all limitations. Release them all. And if you have an issue with them coming back and hanging on you, release them again. Continually release them. I release my disbelief. I release my anger. I release my feeling, my aggressive, my frustration, my worried, all of it. I release it. I release all my limitations. The thought of fear is a limitation. It stops you. It stymies you. Okay? The thought of anger is a limitation. It blocks your love and your peace within. And creating into reality and manifesting whatever it is you desire, we limit ourselves. We do it to ourselves. We limit ourselves. We limit our happiness. We limit our joy. We limit our imaginations. Release all limitations. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be disrupted. I'm sure we all are, and the first thing we want to do is we want to relax our bodies. Let them all go. Anything that you've attached, anything that you've picked up the last 24 hours, the last several months, the last several years, let it go. Release it. It's a limitation. It stymies you. It impedes your forward movement. So make sure you drop your shoulders, because all of us, we don't realize it, but we crunch our shoulders a lot. That's stress. That's what it is. And a lot of times we don't even know we have stress. To relax the shoulders, relax the whole body. Picture yourself on a lake, in a boat, early morning, sun rising, reflecting off of the white bark of the birch trees. It's all illuminated. There's a slight mist coming off the water as the sun starts to warm the surface. There's not a noise, there's nothing. It's completely silent. You're in the boat. You're laying back. You don't have a care in the world. Completely at ease. You don't care to move. You have no interest of thinking. You've left the mind alone. You're in pure harmony and peace with your God. That's the body relaxing. And the God within, relaxing. So picture that. Visualize it through the heart mind. You're not chilly. It is warm. There's a slight breeze. And you don't hear a thing. The surface of the water of the lake is completely like glass. Clear as a bell. See right through it. And as we do this from head to toe, inside and out, you've been there. We all have. Where you don't care to move, you aren't thinking, you've left the mind alone, you aren't contemplating, you aren't directing, you aren't projecting, you are just being. And you have no thought, nothing, no ego mind. It's gone. Now also, as we do this with the body, we move into the now. And the now is all we have. We don't have yesterday and we don't have tomorrow. We have the now, moment to moment, the space between heartbeat. So by moving into the now, we still the mind. We still the ego mind. We still the subconscious mind. It's the only reason is because we're focused just on the moment. Moment to moment is where our attention is. Nothing else, just moment to moment. Now, we also understand that some of us are seduced into the past because of memory. Something will pique a memory, something you're doing, and you go and reminisce, and you begin to embrace it. And it's wonderful. It's great. But you've already done it. You've experienced it. And you're moving on to make room for new experiences, new enjoyment in this life. But a lot of us will embrace it so much that we bring it into a future that doesn't exist. All of it. And as we do this, we create our future from our past, and we relive the past in the future. And this is why so many of us will say, I feel like my life, I feel like I've just been literally running in circles my whole life. So when we embrace the now, we free ourselves. We remove all limitations. We release them. And in the now is the only time that we're creating our future. In the now, create the future in the now. Now, we want to breathe. Breathing is very important for us, very important for our bodies. And the reason that is because of the fact that it is pure energy. It is pure frequency. It is what moves things into form. Our breathing focuses us on the now. Only the now. The breath can only exist in the now. It cannot exist in anything else but the now. So picture, as you breath in divine positive energy through your nose, nice and easy breath in, nice and easy breath out. But as you breath in, visualize that we're taking this breath, this pure divine energy, through the center of our body and through our light wheels, our chakras. And the first chakra we bring the breath through is the root chakra, the I am. And as we do, this is a beautiful red light wheel chakra. Then we move it up to the sacral chakra, the I feel. This is an orange colored wheel of light. Then we go up to the solar plexus chakra. This is a yellow colored wheel of light, the I do. Then we go to the heart chakra, the I love. This is a green wheel of light. And then we bring the breath to the throat chakra, the I talk, the blue wheel of light. And then we go to the third eye chakra, I see. This is the violet wheel of light. And then finally we go to the crown chakra, the I understand, the purple wheel of light. You feel the breath as you bring it up all the way through your chakras, all the way through your wheels of light, all the way in the back of the head, and then briefly hold it. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, you literally pressurize it, condense it into pure liquid energy. And when you do this, you release it over the pineal gland. You flood, bathe, and saturate the pineal gland with it. Visualize this. It's very powerful energy. As we do this, you look at the pineal gland. Some see it as a prune. Some see it as a raisin. I see it as a rosebud. As you release this liquid energy onto it, it begins to bloom. And each time we do it, it begins to bloom more. It begins to intensify and expand. Then it becomes fully functional. And the petals don't, it's immortal, so the petals don't dissipate and fall. And as we create this liquid energy and we release it to the pineal gland, the pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies, because it's the gateway to all the particles of existence. It's the gateway to our pure consciousness, our God. It is the gateway to everything beyond. So it's very important to us. So we do this as many times as we choose. We can do it through the course of the day. We can do it when we're resting. We visualize it through the heart mind. Now, we also know that we have an ego mind, and the ego mind is waiting there for us as we breath out to try to convince us that, no, stay with me. I'm good. You'll be good with me. Everything will be fine. Well, we know that's not the case. So we dismiss the ego mind by saying that, ego mind, you are not in charge here. I am. So please take a seat. You don't do it with anger. You don't do it with frustration. You do it with love. Now, we are merged with our body, with our God, with our pure consciousness, with our higher self, our soul, our spirit. All of that is the pure consciousness. It is the one. And we're also consciously aware that we are the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we have others with us. We have the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, the archetypes. They are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest, deepest eternal gratitude. And there's trillions of them. They vibrate at a different frequency than we do, so we don't see them like we see each other. But they're there. And they do appear to us on occasion. When we're receptive enough, we communicate with them, they communicate with us. They've been helping us from the beginning. We've been helping them for a very long time. As many as 60, 70, 80, 90,000 can surround any one of us at any one time. The reason they can is because of their frequency, they can have a large number in a small space. Now, we also have the Ascended Masters. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, Moria, Abundantia, Pale Thoth, many, many, many more. And these are beings who have ascended out of physical form into God form, pure consciousness. They hold their pure consciousness. They've been assisting us for eons, as we have been them. Now we have ascended into body to experience physical body, to experience this physical life. So our pure consciousness, our God, is housed within the body. Theirs is housed outside the body. You know, all three of our groups are together. Now, our intent here is to gather all, as many as possible, who are at the high vibrational frequency. Join us in this gathering, in this now, in this meditation, in this forming of the circle of light. So we call out to all the light energy beings that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Now they too must be consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. Because they can't be with us if they're not, because then their frequency is too low. And they come in googolplexes. A googolplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of googolplexes from every direction. We also call on the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, and beneath Earth. Many, many, many civilizations. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, from the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions. We also call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders. Many, many, many of these civilizations and species, just in this quadrant of the galaxy, in this solar system, over 1,000 of them pass through every day. Different civilizations. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest, deepest, eternal love, and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in this gathering, this circle of light. Now, just a fraction of our familiarity with these civilizations, Pleiadians, Sirians, Andromedans, Arcturians, Zeta Reticuli, Feline, Golden Pyramid, Avian, many, many, many more. And only those who are consciously aware, it is imperative that they're consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love and gratitude. This is all high frequency. The low frequencies cannot sustain themselves. They'll vaporize. This is why no harm comes to any of us. It is not possible. The only harm that could be inflicted upon us is the harm that we inflict upon ourselves. Now, they have been with us since the beginning And they have assisted us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they're here in the billions. And we also call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. And only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude. And join us in this now, in this meditation, this gathering, the circle of light. And we also call upon all light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this gathering, the circle of light. Now, just to name a few of them: fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trolls, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they too, only those who are consciously aware that they are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love and the highest and deepest, eternal gratitude, can join us in this now, in this meditation, and this gathering, the circle of light. And they come into trillions of shapes, colors, size, forms, configurations, of which many we have never seen before. So we're all gathered. Massive numbers, all in the highest frequency of the deepest eternal love and gratitude. So arm in arm, we immediately form a blazing circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light. As we do this, it just becomes light. It is our God frequency, our pure consciousness of deep eternal love and gratitude. It is so brilliant, it would take at least 1 billion suns in the solar system to compare to it. It grays out the darkness of space. It's pure love. And as we do this, we begin to levitate up above the planet. As we levitate above the planet, we literally brighten and illuminate everything. And we find ourselves in a massive gossamer field of trillions of reflective, glittering, vibrant lights everywhere. And we come across the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael, which is a column that reminds us that we are the power of healing. We also come across and are met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our power, of our strength, and of our resolve. We are also met with the purple transmuting flame. This is a column that reminds us that when we have low vibrational frequencies, we can use it to dismiss them. We are also met with the white fire. White fire is our armor. Armor of pure consciousness, armor of the God. It is of the highest of the highest high frequencies of deep eternal love and gratitude. Cannot be penetrated, cannot be disrupted from any external source. Only we, if we choose, can disrupt it. And we do this by lowering our vibrational frequencies into lower matter, survival frequencies or lower dark matter frequencies. And we do this through anger, frustration, envy, greed, manipulation, deception, hurriedness, frustration, ego. And in the event that we do this, because only we can, we then can bring in the purple transmuting flame. And when we bring it in, we transmute all these lower vibrational frequencies into neutral light substance. We then send it back to pure consciousness where it is no more. We also have the violet ray. The violet ray is a column that reminds us that after the purple transmuting flame, we can bring in the violet ray, and it can purify and cleanse, reharmonize our armor, our white fire of the highest, deepest eternal love and the highest and deepest eternal gratitude. Then we're met with the golden white pink light of creation, of source creation, of prime source creator God, mother, father God, the masculine, the feminine, all of which are pure consciousness. And this is what we are, deep eternal love and gratitude. Pure joy, pure bliss, pure harmony, pure tranquility, pure benevolence, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness. And this column reminds us of that which made us. Now we continue to levitate above the planet. And as we continue to do this, those of us carrying physical forms step outside of our bodies and just effortlessly float above the body. Now, as we continue, we come into view of this massive column that we've created. It's larger than the solar system. And the way we've designed it is this column it literally emanates trillions of brilliant prism rainbow colors of such high vibrance it's never seen before. And it washes us. And it is absolutely phenomenal. And at the top, we designed it so that the golden ocean can cascade down 360 degrees everywhere, flooding, saturating, and bathing everything. Everything in everything. And all of us, as we are flooded by the golden ocean, we are also drops of the golden ocean, and we also contain the essence of the golden ocean. And that power, that column, continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We look a little bit over and we see a meditative sphere sitting center circle. This sphere houses all of our meditations in perpetual motion. We created this sphere well over 2 years ago. Well over 800 meditations, pulsating, vibrating, expanding, intensifying, deep eternal love, gratitude, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence. All of this is cascading, flooding, saturating, bathing all things, everything and everything, all of us, everywhere, all life, the highest value in the universes, everything. All negative frequencies on this planet, all angers, all pain, all sorrow, all diseases, all poverty, all starvation, bathing it all, lifting it away, neutralizing it into neutral light substance, bringing in the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies everywhere. It cannot be ignored and it cannot be escaped. This is why our sphere, sitting center circle, can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. because we keep sending deep, eternal love and gratitude towards it every single day. And when we do that, we're doing it to all life, all existence, everything and everything. All those on, in, above and below this planet Earth Gaia, all those in this solar system, all the planets, all the celestial bodies. And we're doing this every day with love and gratitude and great intent. And we surrender. We release all of our limitations across the board, across existence. In finality, we become the pure consciousness that is housed within us. And the body exudes across this planet to each and every one of us. Because the God walks this earth every second, has never not walked it, and will continue to walk it until it is a complete paradise. And then the paradise becomes the God. And the bliss, and the joy, and the peace, and the gentleness, and the kindness, and the humbleness. All of our brothers and sisters on this planet are being lifted. All their vibrational frequencies are moving in higher and higher vibrational frequency. It may be subtle to some, so that they are not rushed or hurried, and it may be very strong with others of us. But it is happening, and it is happening, and it is increasing in its intensity, and it is expanding, and it cannot be stopped. It is the God, it is pure consciousness, it is deep eternal love, it is deep eternal gratitude. And none of us have any limitations, and we release them all. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. easy. Move slowly. Visualize releasing all your limitations permanently. It won't go. Be in total peace, harmony with yourself, joy. As you release your limitations, you can be, do, or have anything you desire. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. The more you focus with the heart mind, the more in clarity it will reveal itself. Releasing all limitations. We'll be back here tomorrow, June 10th, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call and our time for change call at 9 p.m. Eastern.